Chris, what is our fifth main topic today?
It's all your hopes and dreams, and it's from John Atwell. Hey, John, love the new setup. I read on Twitter that according to the Wrap, Zaslav is allegedly canceling all Superman projects in development in order to bring back Henry for a fresh start. How reliable is this information, and do you think the start will align of us Cavill Superman fans? Thanks so much.
All right. Okay, so there's a number of levels this we need to talk about this. First of all, Henry Cavill is the greatest Superman of all time. You've heard me say a million times. We'll say it 1,000,001. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel is the most underrated comic book film ever made. I clearly have a bit of a soft spot for this movie. I love this movie passionately. I've been wanting Henry Cavill back as Superman badly. There is a lot of drama going on over at Warner Brothers right now since Zaslav has come in, wielding his axe, culling shows left, right, and center, killing off movie projects, getting things whipped into shape, conversing with Alan Horn, maybe the greatest movie executive of the past 20 years, now talking to, like, all these things are going on. In the midst of that, we also heard that David Zaslav, the new boss of Warner Brothers, is very dissatisfied with the arrangement and deal they have with Bad Robot. That's J.J. Abrams' thing, and the lack of production we've seen coming out of it. And there have been whispers and rumors that maybe they would kill that off. And maybe, just maybe, we can get Henry Cavill back again. Well, listen, a bit of a firestorm started going on online last night because several outlets were reporting that, let me take one step back. The Wrap came out with the story and started to discuss the whole Henry Cavill and Superman thing. A bunch of other outlets picked up on that, and the other outlets, stories in the other outlets were saying the Wrap is telling us that David Zaslav has instructed that they want to kill off all the Superman projects in develop right now and to make it a priority to get Henry Cavill's Superman back up and running again.
Smart.
To which I was like, I won't show you the dance that I did, but there was a dance.
Was it a break dance?
It was not a break dance, but it was a very happy dance. And I danced freely and frolicked around the living room, the idea that Henry Cavill would come back. However, that joy was a little bit short-lived.
Uh-oh.
Because what happens many times in the online sphere is that the quotes were not quite accurate. Because while all these sites were saying, the Wrap is reporting that David Zaslav has instructed their people to do this, that's not quite true. So when I finally got around to reading the actual quote from the Wrap, it doesn't kill my happiness, but it's not quite as enthusiastic. This is what got actually written over at the Wrap when they wrote the following. What could the new DC plan be going forward? Will the new DC chief follow the plan laid out by the Flash movie or start something new altogether? If anything, they'll go back to individual movies unless DeLuca has some plan, according to a DC insider. They need to get an effing Superman movie off the ground. And if the plan is a shared universe, a Henry Cavill-led Superman needs to be the focal point. Oh. The DC insider added that Zaslav's team should scratch every Superman project in development and start fresh with Cavill. Let me read that last part there again. The DC insider said that Zaslav's team should scratch every Superman project in development and start fresh with Cavill. This is the reason I always telling our viewers, when you read a story on one site, see what the source is, and then go and see what they said at the source. Because all these outlets started writing, David Zaslav has directed his people to scratch other Superman projects and prioritize the Henry Cavill thing. And that is not what the report said. The report said that one of the inside people at the company said Zaslav should scrap all these things and go the Superman route. So that is a big, big difference between Zaslav directed his people to do that and somebody inside the company saying Zaslav should do something like that. So I'm not going to lie to you. That kills a bunch of my enthusiasm. Yeah. And my dance became a little bit more of a shuffle that I was doing. However, it does not kill my enthusiasm. Because if an insider, and again, this is just me with my speculation, all right? But if somebody inside the company is talking about this, that means there's talk. right? If you've got somebody in the company that is actually coming out and saying this out loud, that means there's talk going on inside the company. And just the very fact that within the company, Henry Cavill's name is still being pushed and all that kind of stuff, we are hearing. And by the way, it is just a theory, but it is a theory that does line up with certain facts that we know. Zaslav is very unhappy with the J.J. Abrams deal that they have right now. They very well could be axing those Superman projects altogether. And if they do, there's been word going around that David Zaslav is a fan of Henry Cavill. So, I mean, this is something that could very well happen. Then again, we know that David Zaslav right now is looking for a new Kevin Feige, a new head chief of DC Studios that they're going to set up and make its own separate thing. And he may very well want to wait and let that person make that decision, whatever. So what this ultimately says to me is that it is still possible that we could see the greatest Superman ever, Henry Cavill, the second half of this Campea Cavill bromance. I mean, he won't say that publicly, but we got a bromance going on. No, but that Henry Cavill, I believe this tells us there is still a possibility. However, for those of you who read one of the other outlets and their reporting of the rap report saying that Zaslav has directed his people, that's just bad writing. That's just bad reporting. That is not what happened. That is not what the rap says. So I'm enthusiastic, just not as enthusiastic. We want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of today's video, Stamps.com. Now, guys, as a small business owner myself, I'm always looking for ways to save costs, yes, but I know that our most valuable resource is time, and I'm always looking for things that can save us time. Stamps.com saves you both. Because when you're running a small business, every second counts. You can't afford to waste a single moment. So why are you still taking time out of your day to go to the post office when you could be using Stamps.com instead? Stamps.com makes mailing and shipping quick, easy, and cost-effective. How cost-effective? Well, you can get discounts that you can't find anywhere else, like up to 30% off USPS rates and 86% off UPS. And there's no special hardware technology you need. All you need is your regular computer and printer, no special supplies or equipment required. So guys, stop wasting time and start saving money when you use Stamps.com to mail and ship. Sign up with the promo code CAMPEA for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts needed. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and enter the code CAMPEA. Chris, you read about this, hear about this. Where do you think this leaves us as far as the chances of a Henry Cavill coming back to play Superman again?
Oh, man, I'm mostly hopeful just for you, John. I want you to have this so much.
I want this so bad.
I love this for you. I really do think that there's legs to this rumor, right? He's having such a great moment, too. People love him as The Witcher, one of the few Netflix shows that people talk about, even when it's not currently, being dropped on there. He's in the Enola Holmes films. He was fantastic in Mission Impossible Fallout. He's rumored to be Highlander in the Highlander movie.
Yeah.
People love this guy. And a lot of that, I think, too, comes from during the pandemic, getting to see more of who he is as a person, learning that he's this massive nerd who he wants to just build a computer and he wants to talk to you about every little thing about the Witcher books, not the video games, the Polish novels. Like, he is beloved by his fans. And I think people really, really do like him in this role. Even if they weren't crazy about the film, I think everyone can agree that he is a fantastic Superman. I mean, look at him. Just look at him. That jawline, that's not a man's jaw. That's a Kryptonian's jaw.
By the way,
for it.
For those of you who haven't seen it, what Chris is referencing to is that Henry Cavill during the pandemic made a video of him building his own gaming PC, right? And one of the funniest things, I forget what her name is, but one of the female reporters at IGN, I remember she got on and wrote, watching Henry Cavill build his own gaming PC, spontaneously thousands of gamer girls across the country have become spontaneously pregnant. Which because watching him building his own, and he's big into World of War. Yeah, that's him. There he is.
It's the porn none of us knew we needed, but we super appreciate it.
He is super. He found out he got the role of Superman while he was playing World of Warcraft. He was playing World of Warcraft, and I think he was on a raid. So he tells a story that his phone started ringing. He saw it was one of his management. And he just ignored the call because he was in the middle of a raid or
He's almost
something.
missed auditions he's talked about where he's like, if I'm gaming, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to talk to you right now.
So yeah, come on, Henry. Come on, David. Come on, Zaslav. Get that thing going. You replace the axe of Zaslav with the building hammer of Zaslav and bring this thing together. I don't know. Rob, you hear about this. After reading the actual report, where does that leave you right now as far as terms of what are the real possibilities here that we could see Henry Cavill back?
Well, I have to say one of the weirdest things that has come out of Zack Snyder's Man of Steel and Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, Wonder Woman's going to get 3 movies. Gal Gadot was introduced in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. She's going to wind up with 3 solo films. Aquaman now has 2 solo movies also introduced in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. There's been only 1 standalone Superman film. This is Superman. You have Henry Cavill, who, never really got his due. We both love Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel. I have 2 Superman hot toys, Henry Cavill hot toys. One from Justice League, one from Man of Steel. I'm getting a third one with the black suit.
Of course you are.
But it's just astonishing to me that there is not a trilogy of Superman movies.
Right.
And I would say that, one of the reasons, having worked on Superman Returns and documented that production, it's really hard to come up with a story for Superman. Because how do you come up with a big bad that he could hit or punch? You already did Zod. Yeah, I mean, you could do, the obvious would be to do Brainiac, or you can go deeper in like Mongol or something, but it's really hard to make a Superman movie. And if anyone deserves another one, Henry Cavill does. And I think that's what they need, is an auteur. He's probably out of it, and he'll probably not go, especially after Walking Dead. But if you look, this is going to seem weird, but if you look at the sensibility in Shawshank Redemption and in The Green Mile, those 2 movies, Frank Darabont writing and directing a Superman movie, like adapting the graphic novel Superman for All Seasons. That's
love that one.
That's what I would. It's a different kind of a story, but if you could have a Frank Darabont adapt a Superman for All Seasons and make a 4-part, spring, summer, winter, fall,
Give us some.
I'm telling you,
beautiful
it could be
little
a movie for the ages. But there's nobody that understands how to do it. It's really, really hard.
To your point here too, Rob, I can't believe I'm saying this, but they should look to the CW on one thing they are doing right.
Yep.
And the way they are handling the Clark Kent portion of Superman is beautiful on that show, because he is constantly explaining how gentle he has to be, how cognizant he has to be of his own strength at every waking moment. Otherwise, he could murder everyone around him with a sneeze.
Yeah.
As we've seen else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe not the same way.
Yeah, not the same way.
No, it's
but
interesting.
He has to be very, very aware of that.
Superman and Lois kind of was the promise that Superman Returns made about being a father and how that would work. I mean, I really think that it's interesting, because I look at Superman Returns and then what they did with Superman and Lois, and they've really tapped into what they were going for with Superman Returns and really brought it forth. And I think it's really, really good.
Guys, the question for you is, what do you think about this? So the real report here is not as enthusiastic or optimistic as the subsequent reports of the report led us to believe initially, but I still believe that the seeds are there and this could very well happen. I certainly hope it does. Maybe you're not a fan of Henry Cavill or his Superman. Look, honestly, there are a lot of people who are not a fan of Henry Cavill's Superman. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. All things hit us all in different ways. So how do you feel about this? Would you like to see Cavill back as Superman? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there.